I watched this anime right here, and it's a really cool anime. So it starts off with a teenage boy, and okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say spoiler alert because I just want to get it out, and I don't want to have to think about what I would keep secret and that. But anyway, Pantheon. It starts off with a teenage boy, and essentially he's a clone of this super genius who, okay, basically to start it off, he's a coder, he's a computer scientist, and what he does is he's the first guy to upload somebody's consciousness into a computer. So you know how we have AI, artificial intelligence. This is about, I think it's called UI or something like that. Or something. It's like, yeah, UI, uploaded intelligence. So these people, they don't have physical bodies anymore. But the way they're coded, it uploads all your memory. The only way you can do it is to basically off yourself. And basically it's a laser. They make it seem like a laser printer in the movie or in the show, and it like lasers your brain and it dissolves it, but while it's doing that, it's uploading your consciousness into a computer. It's saving all the data. And you know, in the show they go through the different things, the ethical context and stuff like that. That's why I like the animes, because they're really in depth with ideas and they really walk you through it, kind of like mini series. But I think, you know, animes for some reason they just go way more in depth than the writers we have in Hollywood right now. So with that being said, so they laser your brain into a computer and that offs you in real life. From there, different things go by. Like, people were living decades, but they, in their time, because of processing speed, and they go into this too, like as far as economics goes and processing speed, you know, in organic humans and stuff like that, organic animals, your processing speed might be called your IQ. The amount of time it takes you to fix a problem or to realize a pattern to be able to fix a problem. Now, in a computer, they were living hundreds of years, you know. So if you, in the beginning of the episodes, before they had like the UI being able to download and the humanoid like androids, they would go, like, if you went a day without talking to your dad or your mom or something, that's like 100 years for them, because the first people they were uploading was the elders, the older people in your family. So I got a grandmother who's 97 or whatever, and she's 90 something. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact number. I believe 97. And let's say we uploaded her into a computer or something like that. And it gave her the ability to live a long ass time. Now, right now, currently, I can go a month without talking to my grandmother. Unfortunately, I should do better, because I don't live too far from her either. But I can go a month without talking to my grandmother. And I go all this time without talking to her. If she was uploaded in the UI, a month would be like 200 years. You know, it's something crazy like that. You know, so that was a big deal. But what it was, let's say like all the countries were racing, just like we're racing right now with AI. They were racing to control the UIs. They were getting their genius people. Like, let's say we uploaded our Elon Musk for the United States, and we uploaded, whoever we think our geniuses are, Kanye West or whatever. So we upload our Elon Musk and our Kanye West and our different artists or whatever, and we upload them up there, and basically they got all this time to solve these problems. So they got all this time to come up with something new. And what it became over time, like, people never wanted to leave the computer. It became like you still need the humans on the outside to maintain the data centers, which we're getting data centers for AI right now. But, I want to just tie it all in and say, Elon Musk is coming up with that little chip that goes in your brain. I forget what it's called, the Neuralink. So that, that's kind of a part of it. And what that'll do at first is make you basically an android. You got a Neuralink in your brain, and that'll help with your processing speed. So instead of, having to think, we get people tied up with change at the cash register. All right, that'll be $21.33. All right, and you give them $100 bill, and it's like, have you heard the video where the guy was like, I already pushed the button. I already pushed it in. Could you give me something else? You like, or you give them 21.32, and then you say, you know what, I do have 33 cents. Or whatever I just said, whatever the number was. But it completely throws them off. They have to do math now, and they can't really process it. And a lot of things is people are tired, and they got a lot of other shit on their brain too. But anyway, things like the Neuralink could probably help with that. But anyway, we might not take it now. We might have like our ethical things against it. But I think these tools that are coming out, your grandkids are definitely going to use them. And if you don't use them, it's a tool, and that's kind of how it is. Like the main character, this girl right here, her mother was adamantly against it. I think she got sick, and then her daughter just finally uploaded her, and she was adamantly against it because they were going through the it's a long story, but her dad was the first guy uploaded. He was a brilliant guy, but there's so many different characters, I can't really go into it. But they were going through the ethical parts of being uploaded, and are you the same person? Her dad was in love with her mom and really wanted to be with her, but her mom was like, I don't know if it's him. Eventually she wound up falling back in love, or at least being able to be in a platonic relationship with her ex-husband, and then she got remarried. So things like that happened. And of course, he was living all these years without her, and he fell in love with another uploaded consciousness. So, I just think it's a cool idea, and it kind of points you in a direction of where we're going in the future. And then think about it. They might have lived 20 years, but to them, they lived hundreds of years. They experienced lots of things. They solved lots of problems. For humans, organic matter and stuff like that, they cured all the diseases in the show. They had the time to just sit down and think about it. That's how they were getting paid, because they were getting paid with being able to process more. Processing costs lots of money in that universe, in the Pantheon universe. So that's how they were making money. When they solved the problem, They got all this time. They got to upload women into it. It was one guy, like a Middle Eastern guy. He was like the UI for the Middle Eastern country in the beginning, and they were using him to like do like secret little stuff. You know how they have like proxy wars and stuff like that. They were using him to do little secret stuff. So yeah, I say all that to say that's a cool idea. I really like that show, and it really kind of shows you where they're going. Now, a question is, would you go and do something like that? I hear a lot of people saying they wouldn't get the Neuralink. More than likely it is going to mess you up in the beginning. And that's another problem they were having in the show. They uploaded, and they couldn't figure out a virus, basically. Basically, after so long, your conscious was, they couldn't figure out a code because your brain would start to deteriorate, like getting dementia, basically. So after so many years of living, which they still got to experience a lot of stuff in their life, but after so many years, they started to deteriorate, like they were getting dementia. And basically, they would become like locked out of the system, basically. So yeah, cool idea. Go watch the show.